Hello, Richard the Dick Coughlin 616, and I've been getting loads of messages from people asking where I've been. I've only been gone 4 fucking days. Well, I haven't been off looting. I have got a really nice new motorbike. Anyway, I've been getting endless comments of people asking me to make a video about the situation in Britain at the moment, where we've got all these riots occurring, and I've seen all these other videos being made by people, and frankly I agree with some of them, but a lot of people are talking a lot of shit in my opinion. I'm not going to name any names, you'll probably know if you've seen their videos, but let's just crack right on into it. Anyway, going into what happened. A few days ago in London, a guy by the name of Mark Duggan was shot and killed by a police officer. The initial story was that he had fired at the police officer, and then the police officer returned fire, killing him after shooting him in the chest. The police officer did have a bullet in his radio, which was apparently the bullet that was fired by Mark Duggan, although ICCP reports are now saying that actually it might be likely that the bullet didn't come from Duggan's gun, it came from maybe another officer on the scene. Either way, that report from the ICCP is going to kind of drive the conspiracy nuts crazy, because they'd like to talk about how this is the NWO police state coming in. Well, they wouldn't have released that report saying that. They've released a report saying yes, it definitely came from Mark Duggan's gun. This sparked off a series of riots of people mobbing the streets, burning stuff, smashing stuff up, looting, gang wars, people, Molotov cocktails, baseball bats, all the fucking 9 yards. And this has now spread through the country. There's now been riots in Birmingham, in Manchester, Liverpool, Leicester, and none in Scotland. Right? None in Scotland. You're letting the side down, boys. Get your fucking arse in gear. The Irish are not even bothering with this, right? Anyway, so there's been several comparisons here. One of them is, I find laughable, people who are comparing this to the Arab Spring. Yes, all those uprisings in countries like Libya and such, where all the people rose up and took on the government and overthrew the No, I don't think so. I watched those videos of the Arab Spring and you felt inspired, didn't you? You felt, oh, this is quite good. I'm watching these riots going on in London and I feel embarrassed. I feel fucking ashamed of myself. It's nothing like it. And you people who are comparing this to it, wake the fuck up and realise what the situation is. Just because a load of people are in the streets fucking throwing a load of shit at police does not make it a fucking uprising or a revolution. Pull your heads out your fucking asses. This is more comparable, if anything, to the LA riots. Very similar idea. It's a similar situation. But the fact is, at the end of the day, if you want to fucking overthrow a government or a regime, you take on the government and the regime. You don't fucking shit. You don't smash up your own community. You don't cause damage to the people around you. That's just fucking stupid. The next one that's coming on, I saw this one coming a mile off, and you've got the BNP and other nationalist organisations who are using this as an opportunity to attack immigration and the non-white elements of the culture. BNP even put out some propaganda blaming it, using with pictures of these riots, calling it black riots and blaming immigration for this. There's obviously no evidence so far. I don't think Mark Duggan was an immigrant of any kind, but of course if you're the BNP member, anyone who's not white or ethnically indigenous as they call it is a fucking immigrant in their eyes, and they shouldn't be allowed in the country, and that's the way they view it, and that's the way everyone else views it. I even saw a tweet, there's this nationalist party I follow called the British Freedom Party. Yeah, they're a new one, like we didn't have enough in this fucking country already. They sent out a tweet the other day that I thought was laughable, going, oh, white people make up the majority of the working class and they never riot, and all the black people riot and they get what they want. Well, there's a few images here I just want to show you to dispel the myth that these are not all black people. This is not a black thing, this is not a non-white thing, this is not a racial thing, you fucking morons, okay? Pull your heads out your fucking asses too. You're an idiot. Now, let's move on from there. The politicians who are getting involved in this, I thought it was quite funny the other day when all this riots, the second night of rioting, the news broke, Theresa May is cutting her holiday short, she's going to come back, Theresa May is coming back. I bet they were all shitting themselves, all those masked guys with their fucking petrol bombs, they're going, oh no, Theresa May's coming off her holiday, Ed Miliband's in the street. Fuck all the politicians who are walking the streets talking about that. I understand you don't understand stick, mate. You just want a fucking another vote. That's all you want. I don't believe Ed Miliband has a fucking clue what these people are going on about. And to be honest, I don't think anyone does at the moment. There's so many mixed signals and messages. I see all these people talking about, oh, what this is about and what the reason for this is. Fuck you. Everyone's got their own fucking agenda here. There's no way to fucking place this, because this is just sparked out of nothing. This just came out of fucking nowhere. There's no organisation to this. But all the politicians do answer to something, because they have to figure out what the fucking problem is there. And I don't see anything being figured out yet. I don't see them actually working this out. Yeah, you know, you got to contain it, and we can do an inquiry later on. But let's get on to that, because I see on the news a lot of people who are playing into this narrative of the BNP and the nationalists. They're playing into this narrative by having black representatives. What the fuck do you need a black representative? I'm sorry, being black is not special. It's no more special than being fucking white. I don't need a white representative. And but when I was growing up as a kid, politician didn't know dick about what it was like being young and growing up. I didn't need a representative, right? The idea that anyone who's black can just come out and say, I'm a black representative. What, you magically know what all fucking black people are thinking? And they're not even all black people. Do you know what the white people are thinking as well? No, you don't have a fucking clue. You're coming out here and saying, well, it's because of this and it's because of that, it's because of that. Everyone out there has got their own agenda. There's the rioters out there. Maybe some of them have got they've got good intentions at heart, and they're going out there and they're trying to do something, but they're too fucking stupid to realise what they're doing is ultimately more detrimental to their cause. But then you've got all the people who are just out there for a fucking riot, for just to kick off and have some cause some shit because they can get away with it. It's the safety of the crowd, right? You've got the looters out there who are robbing people. These people aren't interested in fucking in any sort of solving a problem or trying to take on the government or bring on a system. They haven't got any noble intentions. The people bombing cars, the people burning down factories, people fucking smashing up windows and houses, destroying people's businesses, people's fucking livelihoods. That's what's mainly going on here. You want to take this fight on properly. You take it to the people. I've said this 1,000 times. You take it to the people who actually make the fucking decisions. The geezer who owns a shop down the road, or the geezer whose fucking Ford Fiesta you fucking torched last night, cannot solve your fucking problems. And all the money you spend and all the money you waste that has to be fucking somehow recuperated because all the tens of millions that have been fucking, it's going to cost to rebuild all this shit. And guess where that's going to come out of? Yeah. Back out of your fucking pocket again. Well done. Right? I know you might have meant well, but you've made your problem even fucking worse. And I'm not saying don't sit around and do nothing, but like I said, sometimes it's not a question of knowing what to do, it's a question of knowing what not to do. This was not what to fucking do. And I'm sick of all these people blaming it all on just poverty. Fuck off. A lot of these riots have been organised through Twitter and people receiving text through their Blackberries. Since when the fuck was poverty include the right to have a fucking Blackberry? That's not poverty, right? If it is poverty, it's people misappropriating their fucking funds into shit they don't fucking need. There's a saying in this country, you don't shit on your own fucking doorstep, and that's what you do, and that's what you see all around. And for all you people who think that there is value in this, well, there's about 4 people have been killed in the last few fucking days. There's no value in that. Let me show you a clip here. These are a load of kids, but you know, mugging an injured guy who they're trying to pick up off the ground. There's no fucking value in that. You want to see the real people who are the real heroes of this community and the real heroes of the community. It's these fuckers here. These people who all came out this morning in London and yesterday with their brooms sweeping up the mess that's been made by all these fucking idiots who've been smashing the fucking place up. These people are at least trying to put something back to fucking together. I've got one more thing to say. I've seen one particular video by a certain user who I think should be intelligent enough to know better, standing up there and going, where are our riots? Why aren't we rioting in our country? You know, your country being America. If you want to start a riot, mate, put down your camera, walk out the front door, get your fat ass out there and do something about it. Don't stand there like a wannabe crazy brave hero, sitting there going, where are our riots? Why aren't we doing anything? Why aren't you doing anything? Right, because you can't be fucking bothered. Richard the Dick Coughlin, 616. Good night, may God be less.